Welcome back to On the Same Page. We are on Daf Chaf Gimel Amud Aleph, 23a of Maseches Taanis. We are 3 lines from the bottom. The third word on the line is Abba Chilkia. Last week we learned about some of the stories of Choni HaMagel, his lifetime and his death. And now we're going to learn about his grandson, Abba Chilkia. His name was Abba Chilkia. He was Bar Brei de Choni HaMagel. He was the son of Choni HaMagel, the grandson, Hava. V'chimitzterich alma lemitra. And when the world needed rain, Havu Mishadri Rabbanan Legabe. The rabbis would send, they would send to him, or send rabbis to him, Lemibayirachami, to ask him to ask for mercy to daven. Denesi mitra, in order that rain should come. So some rabbis went, and Azul Beise Velashkachu. They went to his house and they didn't find him there. Azul Bedavra Vashkachu Dahava Karafik. They came to the field and they found him there, and he was hoeing, gardening, shoveling, and he was Rafik Bedavra. He was hoeing in the field. Yavule Shalma. They gave him a greeting. Velo Asber Lahu Ape. He didn't turn his face. Now, did he respond? It doesn't say. Some authorities say certainly he responded, but he didn't turn his face to them. Kiavaminka Tsibi. At the end, when he was finished, he gathered some firewood. And Darat Sibi Umara Bechad Kasva, Uglima Bechad Kasva. He put the firewood and the hoe on one shoulder, and he put his glima, his cloak, on the other shoulder. Kula Orfa Losayim Misani. And when he went back, the whole way he wasn't wearing shoes. And Kimati Lumaya Sayim Misani. But when he got to the water, he put on some shoes. Now, each of these things that he does, you may be wondering why he did it, and that actually these rabbis who are following him are going to ask him at the end why he did all these things. So he didn't wear his shoes, and then when he got to water, he put on his shoes. Kimata lehizmi vehigi. When he got to some thorns, bristle and thorns, dalinu limane. He lifted up his clothing above his shoulders so that they won't get torn on the thorns. Kimata, and this seems to be even like the clothing that he was wearing. He lifted up so it won't get torn. Kimata lemasa, when he got to the city, to the village, nafka devisu leape kimikshita. His wife came out and she was adorned in makeup. She was looking beautiful. Kimata levese, when he got to his house, alas devisu beresha, he let his wife go in first. V'hadar ayel ihu, and then he went next. V'hadar ayli rabbanan, and last he let the rabbis who were following him come in. Now he hasn't said anything to them yet, but he's letting them into his house. Yasiv v'karich rifta, he sat and he broke bread. V'lo amar luhu l'rabbanan su kruchu. And he didn't invite them to join. He didn't say, oh, you can have some too. Come break bread with me. Palag rifta lianuki. He divided up his pieces for his children. Likashisha chada ulizutra trey. He gave the older one piece, and he gave the younger one 2 pieces. So he gave the younger one more than what he gave the older one. Amar lo l'devisu. Then he turned to his wife and he said to her, it seems like he said this in private as we'll see, Yadana derabbanan mishum mitra ka'asu. I know why these rabbis are here. It happens all the time. They're coming to ask me to daven for rain. Nesak le'ikr v'nibayirachami. Let's go up to the roof and let's daven for rain. And he was seemingly trying to avoid them, like asking him and then him bringing this miracle. He wanted the rain to come without them realizing that he was involved. So So he says, After Demiratzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu B'yaisi Mitra. Oh, it says, V'lo nachzik tivusa l'nafshin. Maybe Hashem will bring rain, and we won't have to take credit for it. Again, I think because they wouldn't know that we daven, we will go up and daven without them knowing. Saku le'igra. So they went up to the roof. Kam ihu b'chada zavisa v'ihi b'chada zavisa. He went to one corner of the roof, and his wife went to the other corner. Kadim salik anani mehach zavisa didivisu. And guess who was answered? His wife. The clouds first formed in the corner in which she was davening. Kinachis, when he got back down, Amar lahu, he said, finally he's ready to talk to the rabbis. Amar lahu, he said to them, Amay asur rabbanan. Right, seemingly he didn't want them to ask him for rain because he didn't want them to think that he was the one that it came as a result of him. But they're going to figure him out. So Amar lahu, he said to them, Amay asur rabbanan. Why did the rabbis come? Why are you guys here? Amar le shadri lan rabbanan legabe damar. The other sages sent us to you, to the master, that you will daven for rain. Amar lahu, he said to them, Baruch HaMakom shalahitzrich eschem labachilkia. Blessed is Hashem that you weren't needed for Abachilkia. I didn't need you because look, or you didn't need me. Excuse me. You didn't need Abachilkia because look, it's raining and you didn't need me. Right? You tried to cover up that he was involved in bringing rain. But Amrule, they said to him, Yadina demitra machmas maru da'asa. We know that this rain is coming as a result of you. We know that you davened for rain. But can you please explain to us a number of things that are bewildering to us? Your actions from today. Why is it that when we say hello to you in the field, you didn't turn your face to us? He said to them, because I'm a day laborer. I'm paid to work for the day. Ve'amina, and I said, lo ifkar, I can't delay. If I look away, then I'm going to be taking a break from my hoeing. Or at least I'm not going to be hoeing properly if I'm not looking. And I'm being paid to do this. So I can't look away. As I said earlier, it's very likely that he responded without looking up. But he continued his work, that's why he didn't look at them. Why did you put the wood on one shoulder and your cloak on the other shoulder? Meaning, seemingly, you'd be better off using the cloak as sort of a cushion for the wood that you'd be carrying on your shoulder. Why did you put them on different shoulders? Amar lahu, he said to them, Talis she'ula haisa, because it's a borrowed cloak. L'hachi shali, l'hachi lo shali. I borrowed it for wearing. I didn't borrow it for posting wood on top of it where it could get scratched and ruined. That's not what that's not what it was meant for. So then they asked, why is it that the whole way you weren't wearing shoes, and then you got to the water, you put on shoes? He said to them, Kula orcha chazina, because the whole way I could see where I'm walking and I didn't need them. Doesn't explain why he didn't want them, but he didn't need them, he says. But b'maya loka chazina, but in the water I can't see what I'm walking on. So there could be sharp rocks, there could be animals in the water that could bite me. So that's where I put on my shoes. My taima, they asked him, what was the reason? Kimata mar lehizmi v'higi dalinu lemane. How come when you got to the thistles and thorns, you lifted up your clothes? I guess he was wearing like a robe or something. How come you lifted it up? If anything, you should keep it on because it will protect you from the thorns. Amaru, he said to them, Zeh ma'ale arucha, v'zeh eina ma'ale arucha. This, meaning my flesh, will eventually heal, but my clothing won't heal if it gets to scratching it. So, I wanted to protect my belongings. My skin, if it gets a little scratch, it's okay, it will heal. So therefore, when I came to the thorns, I lifted up my clothes, my cloak. Now, my taima kimato mar lamasa nafka devisu demar kimikashta. How come when you got to the village, to the city, your wife came out all dressed up, all adorned in makeup? Amar lahu, he said to them, Kadesh lo eting einai bisha acheres, in order that I not look at another woman. My wife makes sure to dress beautifully, because that way I am attracted to her, and she won't, and that will keep my eyes away from other women. And I suppose that she came to greet him also, so that on his way into the village, into his house, he wouldn't be looking elsewhere. Now, my time ayla hi bereisha v'hadar ayel mara basra v'hadar aylina nanan. How come you let her go in first, then you, and then us? Seemingly, you're this great rabbi. You should go in first, and maybe even we should go before your wife because we're also rabbis. Why in this order? Why did you let her go first? Amar lahu, he said to them, Mishum delo badkisuli, because I don't know who you are. I didn't trust you. If I would go in and you'd be left outside with my wife, I wasn't comfortable with that. I hadn't checked you out. Maybe you're bandits. Maybe you're just dressed up as rabbis. I don't know you, and therefore I'll let you into my house once I'm there. But I'm not going to leave you alone with my wife. My taima. Then they asked him, my taima kikarach ma'rifta lo amar lan esu krichu. How come when you broke bread you didn't invite us to also have some? He said, Mishum de lo nefishi rifta, because there's not enough bread. Ve'amina, and I said, Lo achzik behu rabbanan tivusa b'chinam. I'm not going to offer you something for free, meaning I'm not going to say, would you like some bread, when really I don't have any. So I couldn't invite you, even if I would hope you turn me down, but I couldn't offer it. My time kashisha chada rifta lezutra tray. How come you gave your older son only one piece of bread, and you gave your younger, or one loaf, one roll, and to your younger one you gave two? Amar lahu, he said to them, Hai kai bevesa v'ha yasiv v'kinista. Because the older one stays at home, the younger one stays in the shul. He goes there to learn, and so he needs food either to take with him, or he's home less frequently to eat, so he needs to eat more. But the older one, he's here, he gets to eat from us regularly, so he only needed one. Umay taima kadem salok anani mehach zavisa davas kaima devisu demar v'anana didei. How come? I guess they were looking when he went up to the roof. They went to see what he was doing, and they saw him davening. That's how they knew. They said, "How come the clouds formed in the corner that your wife was standing before they formed in the corner that you were standing?" So he said Abachilkia mishum de itza shchicha bevesa, because my wife, she stays home regularly. She's a housewife. V'yava rifta lani umekarvan yasin. If a poor person comes, she gives them bread, and so they can benefit from it immediately. Ve'ana yahivna zuza v'lo mekarvan yase. But I give them money, and it takes, they have to turn that, before they can eat, they have to turn that money into food somehow. They have to go to a store, they have to buy grain, or buy flour. It takes, I'm not giving them immediate benefit. Because my wife gives immediate benefit, so she has greater merit that the clouds formed immediately for her before they formed for mine, which for me it was delayed, just like the way that I give tzedakah, the reward is sort of delayed for the person. Inami, alternatively, Hanu Biryuni, he says that another reason perhaps why my wife's merit is greater than mine is because of the following story. Hanu Biryuni dahagu b'shivavusan. There were certain young vagabonds, ignoramuses, who were in our neighborhood, and I guess they were causing trouble, and they were doing averos, they were sinning. Ve'ana, ana ba'irachami d'yamusu. I davened that they should die. Vehi ba'irachami d'lahadru b'tiyufta. And she davened that they should do teshuvah, ve'hadru, and indeed they did teshuvah. Now it's difficult to understand why he would daven that they should die rather than daven that they should do teshuvah, and many mefarshim ask this question, but we can point out that it says he was ba'i rachami d'yamusu, so he asked for mercy that they would die. Now, was that mercy for himself, mercy for them? It's possible Some of the Mepharshim say it's possible that he was asking mercy for them that they should die, because they would be better off that way. A Rasha sometimes will enjoy this world, and then they won't have a portion in the next world. So in order to make sure that they would have a portion in the next world, he was davening that they should be punished now in this world so they could enjoy more of the next world. That's just one interpretation of many, but in the end, he's acknowledging that what she did was better, that she had the idea, or she held that she could daven that they should do teshuvah, which is in itself a question. How can you daven that someone else, should repent? They have their own free will. However, that's another question they deal with. But he felt that she made the better choice, and therefore he said she has greater merit, and that's why she was answered before him. Okay, now we're going to learn about another grandchild of Choni Amago. He was called Hanan Hanachbe, Hanan the hider. Barbarte de Choni Amago. He was the grandson from the daughter of Choni Amago. He was the son of Choni Amago's daughter. And again, he was a go-to for davening for rain. Ki hava mitrich amal mitra, when the world needed rain. Hava mishadri rabbanon yenuki de beirav ligabe. So what they would do is, they didn't just send rabbis, they would send children to him. And v'naktile v'shipule glime, and the children would grab onto the hem of his robe. V'amrule, and they would say, Abba, Abba, hava mitra, Father, Father, bring us rain. That's what they would say to him. Amar, so he said, Amar lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he said Hanan, Hanachbe, he said to Hashem, Ribonu shel olam, Master of the world, Aseh, bring rain, bishvil elu she'en makirin ben Abba de Yahiv Mitra, le'Abba de lo Yahiv Mitra. Bring rain in the merit, or for those who don't know the difference between the Father who brings rain and the Father who doesn't bring rain. Meaning they're saying to me, Abba, Abba, bring rain, but really it's Abba, Abba, the Father in heaven who brings rain. So Father in heaven, bring rain. For these people, sort of he's saying like they don't know better. From maybe their actions are lacking, and you're punishing them that they don't have rain, but they don't know better. They don't even know who is the Abba, who is the Father that brings rain, and so therefore bring rain for them. Says the Gemara, V'amai kari le Hanan Hanachbe. Why did they call him Hanan the hider? Mipnei shayamachbi atzmo beveis hakisei, because he would hide in the bathroom. He didn't want to be found, so he would hide in the bathroom. That's one girsa. Others don't have the words beveis hakisei in the bathroom, but they just have that he would hide himself. That when he would daven, he would hide himself so that out of humility, so they wouldn't see him davening. He would go somewhere secluded so they wouldn't see him. Rashi actually says, according to the version that says that he would hide in the bathroom, what it means is he would cover himself carefully when relieving himself in a tznius and modest manner. Not that he would hide out from people in the bathroom, but that he would hide himself. I think others may learn that way, but he would hide himself, meaning he would cover himself properly while in the bathroom. Amar le Rabbi Zrika le Rav Safra. Rabbi Zrika said to Rav Safra, Tachazi ma ben tekife da'ar de Yisrael chaside de Bavel. Come see the difference between the strong ones of Israel and the righteous ones of Bavel. Now here, the strong is used in the sense of strong spiritual stature, because both that we're going to see this is actually a praise of the people of Eretz Yisrael. Chaside de Bavel. What are some examples of the Chasidei, the righteous ones, the pious ones of Babylonia? Rav Huna and Rav Chisda. Rav Huna and Rav Chisda, Ki hava mitzrich amo lemitra, when the world needed rain, Amri, they would say, Nifnif hadadi v'nibai rachami. Let's gather together and daven for mercy, for rain. Efshir de mirtzeh Kodesh Baruch Hu d'yaisi mitra. Maybe Hashem will be desirous, will be willing and bring rain for us. But they would do it in a public fashion. They would gather people together and daven. Tekifi da'ar Yisrael. But what about the strong spiritual state of stature in Eretz Yisrael? Kigon Rabbi Yonah avud Rabbi Mani. An example would be Rabbi Yonah, the father of Rabbi Mani. Ki hava mitzrich alma lemitra. When the world needed rain, Hava ayo lebeise. He would go to his house. Ve'amar lehu, and he would say to the people of his household, Havuli gu'alki ve'ezal va'aisi li bezuza yibura. He would say, give me a sack, and I'm going to go buy some grain for a zuzah, which is expensive. For a zuz, grain for a zuz is expensive, but you know that it wasn't raining, so grain was expensive. When he would go outside, instead of going to buy the grain, that was just his cover-up. He would go and stand in a low-lying place, because like the verse says in Tehillim, from the depths I call to you, Hashem. So you daven, it's good to daven from a low place. And he would stand in a maris place, in a covered place. He would cover himself in his sack. And then he would daven for mercy, and rain would come. When he would get back home, they would say to him, Aisi Mari Bura, did you bring the grain that you went to buy? He said to them, Amina, I said, I was going to get grain, but I said, Ho of Asa Mitra, Hashta Ravach Alma. Since rain has come, so now the world is satisfied, and the grain isn't going to be as expensive. So I'm not going to get grain now, I'm going to wait. Now, was he lying when he said that he was going to buy grain? So I saw, I think the Ben Yoyada said he wasn't lying, he would go buy grain. Indeed, if his prayers were answered, he would have gone and bought grain. So he was telling the truth, but this was his way of masking it. If it didn't rain, then he would get grain. But if it did rain, then he would be able to come home and say that he doesn't need to buy it anymore, or at least it's best to wait till the prices come down. Visu Rabbi Mani Brei de Brei. Another story about Rabbi Yonah has to do with his son Rabbi Mani. Rabbi Mani Brei Havu Kametzari Le de Bei Nesia. Rabbi Mani was being persecuted by the people of the Bei Nesia, the house of the Nasi. They weren't treating him nicely. Ishtatech al kivra d'avua. He went and he prostrated himself over the grave of his father. Amar le, and he said to him, Abba, hani mitzaruli. He said, Father, these people are paining me. So what happened? Yom achad havu kachal pi hasam. One day those people from the Bei Nesia, from the house of the Nasi, were passing there. In kotkara disusvasayu ad dekabilu alayu deloka mitzarule. Their horses got stuck directly over where he was buried. I guess it was like some sort of cave or something. And it was a cave, Rashi says. So they were passing over his kever, his grave, and their horses got stuck. And they realized there must be some connection to the way that they treated his son, Rabbi Mani, and their horses remained stuck until they accepted upon themselves not to bother Rabbi Mani anymore, and then they were released. Visur Rabbi Mani avashliach kamed Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv. Rabbi Mani used to go before Rabbi Yitzchak the son of Elyashiv. Amar le atiri de beichami kamitzaruli. So Rabbi Mani apparently was a target for people's mockery or pain, and they would bother him. So he said, the rich people of my father-in-law's house are being mitzaruli, are persecuting me. So Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv said, Amar liyana, they should become poor. If they're bothering you because they're rich, let them become poor. V'yanu, and indeed they became poor. Amar, and then after a while he came back and he said, Kadachkuli, they are pressuring me to support them because they're so poor. Amar liyatru. So Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv said, let them become rich again. V'yatru, and they became rich. Amar, he said, another time he said, the people in my house are not acceptable to me. And he meant specifically his wife. He didn't like the way that his wife looked. Amar le, so Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv said, Mashima, what's her name? So he said, Chana. He said, her name is Chana. So he said, Tisyaifi Chana. Chana should become more beautiful. So she should be acceptable to you. Vinis Yaifis. And indeed, that's what happened. She became more beautiful. Amarle. So he came back a little while later, and he said, Kamigandar alai. Now she thinks she's so beautiful, and it's made her arrogant, and she's ruling over me. She's trying to control me. So Amarle, so Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv said, Hachi, if that's the case, Tachzor Chana l'shachrurisa. Let her return to her blackness, to her previous way that she looked. And so Chana returned to the way that she had previously looked, unattractive, and that was better for Rabbi Ami. So we have Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv. His prayers get answered so quickly. So it doesn't say how long it took, but first he said let them become poor, and became poor, and become rich, and become rich, let her be beautiful. Right? He has his prayers answered. So Hanu Trei Talmidei Dahavu Kamed Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv. Another time there were two students who were standing before Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv. Amrle, and they said to him, Nibai Marachmi Alon Denichkim Tuva. Let the master, Rabbi, daven for us that we should become very wise. Amar lahu, he said to them, Imi haisa v'shalaftia. This ability to daven for these great transitions and changes within the natural world, to make someone poor, rich, poor, beautiful, not beautiful, all that. He's like, I used to have that ability, and I sent it away. Rashi says it's not that he intentionally sent it away, but it was no longer accepted to the same extent because maybe because he had used it up. He had tried so many times, or possibly he's saying he sent it away because he realized that it's not really effective and a good idea to make all these changes. Because look, in the previous case with Ramani, it didn't really work to alter to daven for changes to the reality. Hashem, created each person the way that they are, so that they should be that way, and one shouldn't daven that they should change their basic attributes. That seems to be that's possibly what Rabbi Yitzchak ben Elyashiv was saying here. I sent it away. I no longer daven for such changes. Thanks for listening, and we'll continue here next time.